That's that Memphis. That's that Memphis.
Yeah. No emotion at all.
No, just do it.
So when you met him, he didn't come off as cocky, chest out, or none of that?
Bro, when I met him, it seemed like he was rehabilitated. Like, man, I'm on a whole new route. Whoop. Like,
but why did he mention the 10 million?
Cause I said so, like, cause I asked him, I said, so, you know, how you and Gucci? He like, man, I ain't gonna lie between me and you. And he told me like 10 million, but you know, it's good. I'm gonna recoup all that.
So he was positive about it.
Yes. He like, you know, it is what it is. But in the back of his mind, it was some all other bullshit.
Probably Gucci said some shit to him, right?
Probably so.
Cause did you see the text messages that leaked with the six 30s? I need 6 30s. You didn't see that? Wow. It was a text message that leaked, and in the group chat he was like, man, I need 6 certified members for. So
I did see
it
that.
probably went south.
Probably so. But see, when he told me that Gucci old, he like, you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna end up getting all back. I'm like, yeah, cause like it's your first day back, you gonna recoup all that. Like, I'm thinking maybe you gonna go about it some legitimate way, like, you know, you get your money, then use that to whoa. Nah,
so
he trying to show
so fresh out of prison, usually come home level-headed, and then they slowly get back to their ways.
Yes. Everybody who get home in prison, oh, I'm finna do this, I'm whoa. But I ain't gonna lie, once you touch that first dollar, you get right back in that mode, like, damn. This is what I've been missing.
You dropping this done deal.
Bro, let them know
It's a done
going
deal.
on, bro.
It's a done deal.
Let them know you dropping me,
I
bro.
drop you.
No, say it.
You actually dropped from 1017. You dropped from 1017. You actually dropped from 1017.
You just did that. That's done. What you do? You drop.
She didn't have to cut me off. We were nothing. Your love, she treat me like so up.
Welcome back, YouTube, to another episode of Tay Wizzle Reactions as we make our way to 250 subscribers. Just want to thank everybody for tapping into the channel. I really appreciate your love and support. It really means a lot to me. If you want to catch me live, you can go to tiktok.com/TayWizzle276 at 8 a.m. or you can go to kick.com/TayWizzle at 5 p.m. every day except for Saturdays. And if you got any clips you want to send me, anything you want me to show on the channel or shout you out, send it to the community right here on YouTube, or you can put it in the X community, or you can hit any DM any one of the socials. All links will be available in the description below. Today, bro, it's a crazy one. We are reacting to POOH SHIESTY is the stupidest criminal of all time. Now, as we all know, POOH SHIESTY is sitting in federal custody as we speak because a while back, allegedly, him and a couple of his gang members held Gucci Mane hostage as they forced him to sign a record deal releasing POOH SHIESTY of his musical obligations. Now, this is a crazy situation to begin with because I only find it crazy because Gucci Mane was supposed to be a street dude and he told. Now, I know a lot of people got their opinions on this, and usually the people that don't make no sense is the people that's not a part of the streets. So I feel like you guys should hold your opinion anyway. But yeah, as we heard, it was speculated that Gucci Mane was stealing from POOH SHIESTY and he owed him about $10 million. And let's just be real, we all know how these labels do their artists, bro. It's very disappointing when an artist that was once in your position before, somebody you grown to look up to and admire, gives you an opportunity and a chance, or at least that's what you think it is. But it's really another chance for them to ensure themselves as wealthy as possible for as long as possible. Whether that affects the artist in a bad way or not, they really don't care. So they really no different from the labels they was aspiring to be different from. Because Gucci Mane was one of them artist that I remember. Once upon a time, he said the labels was trying to change him, and he was a rebel. He was a rebel, basically. He was rebelling against their orders. So it was quite refreshing to see somebody like that rise above all of those obstacles and negativity and build his own empire. And as empire began to grow, he started to sign artists, young artists that's coming up with a future. And one of those artists that he signed was POOH SHIESTY. Now, it's a lot of things we could talk about as far as 1017, from Waka to Big Scar. Nobody can really pinpoint who's pulling the strings at Gucci Mane's label. But I speculate that is his wife, Keisha Kayor. Especially after all the talk of him being the clone and she is handling. I don't know about the clone thing, but I do believe in brainwashing. And I do believe she could be his handler, though. And there's just been a lot of strange things happening to artists that wanted out from 1017. So it's just common sense to just be suspicious of the things they got going on over there. But POOH SHIESTY wasn't one to sit still, as he come from the streets just like Gucci Mane supposed to. He was in a bad situation and he felt like it was getting worse. He wanted out, which of course Gucci Mane was not feeling to let him out, no matter what anybody says, what anybody think. No record label just let their artists go unless you pay them or unless it's some other type of incentive. 9 times out of 10, they don't even care if y'all family, blood related. So POOH SHIESTY and a couple of friends, you know, they host a meeting with Gucci Mane. We all assume that it goes south, and they forces Gucci to sign him out the contract. Now, what we didn't know was that for POOH SHIESTY's security, he had this situation recorded. Now, I don't know why. If y'all trying to be smart about the situation, I don't know why y'all would record a situation like this, period, with somebody holding a gun next to the person that's y'all doing business with, y'all negotiating with. But yeah, after months and months of conversation, details of the case, and a bunch of changes, we finally got video. You know, there's gonna be some people that say it's not real, but you could just tell from the aspects of the case and what's really going on, what's happening in the video, that is real. And if you know POOH SHIESTY, you know just what's going on. You got any type of street knowledge on how things is done, you know that it's official. But let's take a look at this and yeah, take a look at these clips and we're gonna talk about it after. All right, as always, if you like the content, don't be too shy to hit that like and subscribe button so you can be notified when I drop a video, or I could update y'all on the old one. But let's get to rocking. Shout out to Hello Yasin Extras for the clips, man.
What's poppin', y'all? We just got what we thought we would never receive, what we thought was potentially not even real, which is the video footage of the alleged robbery of Gucci Mane by POOH SHIESTY and his gang and them.
You dropping this dumb bitch.
Bro, let them know
It's a
you
done
going
deal.
over.
Why is it done deal?
Let them know you dropping me,
I'll
bro.
drop you.
No, say it.
You actually dropped from 1017.
Shout out to real never did no police or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on.
Bro, we just did that. That's done.
What you do?
You dropped. You said you want to be dropped. You dropped.
You signed the paper
I
and
signed the paper.
everything.
It's done.
So there are a couple of different things we need to break down. As we can obviously hear, we hear in the yellow, RD, Roderick Davis. They've got his face covered, which means he might be a witness. But we already hear the voice. We know who they're talking about. And then we've got Big 30 behind the camera. We've got Shiesty's mans with the Draco, which goes with the description of what they were telling us in the paperwork. And then you've got Shiesty. And then I think you've got his father. So POOH Shiesty's out. Keep in mind, POOH Shiesty is... this is the problem here. It seems like Gucci Mane, like from when I'm looking at this, I think they robbed him after this, because you could see his earrings in one of the frames, and they were probably really upset with him not cooperating. And I'm not gonna lie, this looks like an ISIS video from
All right, no. I think the robbery did happen afterwards, but what I think happened is they definitely got mad because, for one, they probably didn't plan on recording, but they wanted to record it. They probably decided to record right then and there to make it look like, all right, we didn't force him to do this. So that's why you hear Shiesty like, yo, telling people what's going on. Shout out to the real nigga, never did no police shit. You feel me? That's where the video was supposed to start at. I'm assuming the guy, whoever, I think they said Big 30, I'm assuming he started recording too fast. But that's why we saw all the dialogue in the beginning and possibly the dude with the joint, because in the later video he moved away, he moved out the frame. And that's what brought me to my next point. I really think they started getting mad because the video was recorded to make it look like, oh, this was just like a regular little business meet for real. Gucci Mane's attitude in the video, you can tell something's going wrong. Even before, like, so let's just say, like, if we never got the report from the police or whatever that Gucci Mane was robbed and this, that, and the third, and people saw the video, if you saw Gucci Mane's attitude, you would have wondered, like, oh, wait, something not right. So I think that's why they initially got mad and probably decided to rob him, because he knew what they was doing as well. And basically Gucci was dry snitching. And I think that's probably why he kept walking over towards the dude with the gun to show people like, bro, it's a nigga with a gun right here. That's, you know what I mean? So people can infer that.
From 15 years ago, like that was a 2010s era, right? 2010 to 2015 when they were cracking in Iraq and Syria. And they were having these videos, these hostage videos. That's what it looks like here. Some people are saying that, yo, Gucci Mane, man, he doesn't look scared. He just, well, what does scared look like? Do you expect him to be shrieking? Like, there's a Draco right next to you. He's probably in shock, and he's handling the situation calmly. So respect to Gucci Mane for handling not a traumatic situation, I don't want to call it that because he's been through a lot worse, but a high stress situation and an unexpected situation in the way that he did. And I mean, he probably thought he was safer with the security. So when Gucci Mane walks towards the guy with the gun, I think he knows, like, yo, these guys are not going to shoot me right here. There's no way. But you see Big 30 move the camera with him, and then he gets the gun in the frame. Exactly. So I think it was his intention for them to get this cut up video of Gucci Mane with the gun, so people see, like, yo, I'm not just saying this just to say it. And there are a couple of people that are saying, like, yo, Gucci Mane couldn't sign him out of his deal. Atlantic is the one that signed.
We ain't gonna get into all that, but yeah, that's my whole point right there. That's why Gucci Mane walked over, because he knew that they were going to try to put it out to the public as like, this was a law, you know, like a tense business meeting, you feel me? But we had a disagreement and they let me go. But Gucci Mane didn't want it to look like that, so he was not cooperating. But he wasn't cooperating to the point where as though they would have to harm him. So when he asks, like, yo, that's why when Pooh Shiesty like, yo, bro, like, he like, bro, yeah, like, shout out to bro, he never did no police shit or nothing, you feel me? Tell him what we doing. That's why Gucci Mane turned around irritated, like, what you mean? We just did that. Like, so what we doing? Basically, like, nah, fuck that. I ain't doing all that. Like, all right, I did what y'all niggas said. Now what? Can I go? Without saying it. Talking through body language for real. But now we're going to get into the part where they were saying, I think they say Big 30 or Shiesty was telling, because we ain't going to get into all that, who could have let him out the deal. We all know Gucci could have let him out the deal.
So he thinks that, yo, Gucci Mane, no way he tells. And then I think he got so angry that he robbed him after, because he's like, yo, this guy's not complying. And then after the robbery, there's no way that he thought, yo, this guy's not going to tell. He probably thought, like, man, you know, Gucci Mane would never tell. We just going to have to, you know, up how much people is around me while this is going on. Keep in mind, you've got father-son duo right here. The father's involved in this. You would think somebody has some sense, because I don't know his father's history, if his father's been locked up before, but we know his father's free now. So if his father has been locked up before, you would think father's what, the 40s, 50s, who knows how young he had POOH SHIESTY. He should be like, yo, this is a terrible idea. We can't do this. But they go through with it anyway, and he's involved.
My thing is, My thing is, like, how do they know that the father didn't try to stop him? Like I said, bro, bro, they all talked about this. Like, everybody that's close to Shiesty knew Gucci Mane owed him 10 million, right? So of course everybody knew the end goal was to leave the label. Gucci not trying to pay up. We don't know how long he been owing him money before it even get to 10 million, because I'm quite sure he didn't owe him 10 million off the break. I'm quite sure it built up. He didn't pay him a little bit. Shiesty wasn't worried about it because he had this. Then, you know, it kept going. The father probably was there to talk the negotiations, right? But of course, Shiesty a street nigga. He like, bro, we going up here to try to get me out the label. Now, everybody know it's not going to go smooth. Now, nobody probably thought we were going to have to do this, but Shiesty and them. Because Shiesty probably the one that kept asking them, let me get out the deal. Let me get out the deal. I'm quite sure if everybody thought it was going to go smooth, he would have been just asked him to get out the deal, right? Or he could have just been sent as lawyers or somebody to get out the deal. No, he probably been trying to get out the deal, and Gucci just probably been giving them excuses. Well, look, let me let you out the deal. I need this, that, and the third. Probably with some shit like that he felt as though Shiesty was never going to acquire and give to him anyway. Shiesty just definitely just had his own plans. He's like, I'm going to keep it gangster. At the end of the day, this nigga a street nigga. That's why I say I agree with the fact that he didn't think he was going to tell. But I don't think the father was like, all right, let's go rob this dude. I think they knew they were just going to go in the negotiations. And like I said, especially with these rapper deals, what negotiations is like always goes right, peaceful, or like it's just like quiet? Never is. And every hit and all in history since rap has been getting signed, when they've been trying to get out their deals, it's been goddamn hectic for them. Always has, no matter who they is, even when they close. Like I said, even if, you know, they not real family, but Birdman and Lil Wayne, he called that man his son. That's all about the control. They had the control over him. So that was just probably Shiesty backup. I personally don't think the father sat down with him and was like, all right, we're going to go rob this dude. Because mind you, if they would have made the video and Gucci would have been just like going along with the video, they would have just left. Because at that point in the video, the papers was already signed. So they already came there to do what they came to do. They already did what they came to do. Like I said, the only reason why they was really probably trying to stay to make it look like, you know, we had an argument and this is, we had a deal. We was going to meet for negotiations. It went south and it just didn't work out. So now he just let me go. The label let me go. But Gucci wasn't with it. You feel me? And he started doing extra shit and they got mad. And that's when it turned into everything else. That's just what I believe. My personal, you know what I'm saying, what I think happened. But who knows? Maybe the security came back in there with the gun drawn and they had to make everybody, you know, you never know. But that's just what I think happened.
And this is Big 30's video. And some people were saying, like, yo, they're inclined to believe that Big 30 is telling. I don't know. I don't want to put that out there. I wouldn't have booked Big 30 as the guy telling. But we would get a little bit more detail into POOH SHIESTY from Sean Cotton's mans of Say Cheese, who had actually met POOH SHIESTY and had talked to him before he came home.
That's that Memphis. That's that Memphis.
Yeah. No emotion at all. Like,
no, just do it.
So when you met him, he didn't come off as cocky, chest out, or none of that?
Bro, when I met him, it seemed like he was rehabilitated. Like, man, I'm on a whole new route. Whoop, 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 whoop. Like,
but why did he mention the 10 million?
Because I said so, like, because I asked him, I said, so, you know, how you and Gucci? He like, man, I ain't gonna lie between me and you. And he told me like 10 million, but you know, it's good. Recoup all that.
So he was positive about it?
Yes. He like, you know, it is what it is. Bruh. Like it's mine. It was some all other bullshit.
Probably Gucci said some shit to him, right?
Probably so. Probably so.
Cause did you see the text messages that leaked with the six 30s? I need 6 30s. You didn't see that?
Mm-mm.
Wow. It was a text message that leaked, and in the group chat, he was like, man, I need 6 certified members for when I pull up on.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. I did see that.
So
I did see
it
that.
probably went south.
Mm-hmm. Probably so.
I'm saying, why? And then why would niggas leak the
But
text
see, when he
messages?
told me that Gucci, he like, you know what it is. Like, I'm gonna end up getting all bad. I'm like, yeah, cause like it's your first day back. You gonna recoup all that. Like, I'm thinking maybe you gonna go about some legitimate way. Like, you know, you get your money, then use that to whoa. Nah,
So
he trying to show
so
him.
fresh out of prison, usually come home level-headed, and then they slowly get back to their ways.
Yes. Everybody who get home from prison, oh, I'm finna do this, I'm whoa. But I ain't gonna lie, once you touch that first dollar, you get right back in that mode, like, damn. This is what I've been missing.
So you guys remember when POOH SHIESTY was locked up, right? Like, he had the kufi on. We didn't know if he was Muslim or not. He looked very different. Now, he was back in jail. You guys remember, he was maintaining his gangsterism. Like, there is this IG post that he put up while locked up. My mistake. This was on January 10th, actually. And this was from some potential accusations that were coming from Whack 100 or his exposers saying that POOH SHIESTY might have told. So he had to come out and let everybody know. And he would say they smacked us with more charges. Now, funny enough, Bradford Cohen, who was his attorney, also spoke and gave a statement saying, the allegation that Pooh gave up information in this case is idiotic. It's next level how stupid he is. Long story short, POOH SHIESTY gave up no one. We never cooperated with the government whatsoever. Our defense was that we blamed the alleged victims. The victims were trying to rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the gun came out. So keep in mind, this was January 10th. They were printing out this paperwork to prove that they weren't telling on the same day that this video clip happened. So you could tell that POOH SHIESTY, he was like, man, I would never tell under any circumstance. He's facing snitching accusations. And he's like, Gucci, he just like me. We cut from the same cloth. He would never tell. He's suffering from the same thing that Dirk was suffering from, which is thinking that everybody's as real as you. I guess they've got soul ties now, especially since they had that amazing song together.
That just let you know, bro. He been planning it for a minute, for real. He been that shit was on his mind.
Or you could call it soulless ties with the type of activity that they were going through. POOH SHIESTY especially. I think he's far more ruthless than Dirk. I don't think Dirk would do something like this. Dirk's got his ops, but those are like personal, people getting and stuff like that. This is Gucci Mane. This is a bad business deal. I think Lil Durk was better at handling business. So this all happens the same day, January 10th. And funny enough, from the Sean Cotton video of his mans, he's like, yeah, you know, he wasn't on that type of time. And something may have happened between POOH SHIESTY and Gucci Mane where he felt disrespected. Now, a lot of people are now saying, yo, POOH SHIESTY's an idiot. He's such a dumb criminal, this and that. One thing I do have to counter that is smart criminals aren't entertaining. The smart criminal is the one that you don't know does crime, that you don't hear about, that doesn't want attention. So, of course, he's not going to be entertaining. So the entertaining criminal has to be dumb to a degree. Like K Flock, that was one hell of an entertaining criminal. He's locked up. Take A, that was one hell of an entertaining criminal. He's locked up, made a song, called The Race, did the race, and blew up, and like he's going to be locked up for the rest of his life. Maybe come out when he's 78, and who knows? He's going to come out to just robots running everything. Well, AI kind of sucks. So we'll see how it progresses by then. Who else is Lil Durk? I do think Lil Durk is the smartest you could get as a criminal. Because let's break down Durk a little bit. He got picked up for the alleged murder for hire.
We ain't really getting to Dirk. This video not about Dirk. Shout out to Dirk though.
POOH SHIESTY is definitely the dumbest criminal in hip-hop history, for sure. And he's not as entertaining personality-wise. It's just his actions are bizarre. And keep in mind, Bradford Cohen, the guy that represented POOH SHIESTY on the last case, and he was also the guy that put out a statement with this paperwork on January 10th, he's the guy that dropped POOH SHIESTY when these charges first came. Well, he was POOH SHIESTY's attorney. Bradford Cohen is also the guy that if a cat has 9 lives, Bradford Cohen gave Kodak Black 10 or 11 lives.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If Cohen dropped SHIESTY for this case, yeah, SHIESTY might be done.
How many times he's been able to get him out of an extended jail or prison sentence. So when he dropped POOH SHIESTY after picking up the case and said, yeah, you know, these guys in Texas, they're going to be able to handle it. He probably saw this video. He probably saw the text. And he said, yeah, brother, you're cooked. I'm not messing up my clean record. I'm trying to be like Floyd out here. You're good, and hopefully someone else can pick that up for you. He just threw one of his lawyer homies a bag. He's like, hey, listen, you guys aren't going to win this, but I got to keep my reputation up in the hip hop sphere. I'm going to throw you guys this. You'll make like a couple of M's helping this guy fight this case, and he's going to lose, obviously. And, we'll go golfing next time you guys are in Southern Florida. I can imagine that being a conversation. But yeah, fortunately for Gucci Mane, it looks like he's winning on all fronts. However, this is one thing that irritates me. We're not going to give Gucci Mane free leeway of like, yeah, man, Gucci Mane was right to tell. Gucci Mane he would constantly go to the most thugged out, grimy cities and he would go out and say, yo, I'm signing the Savages. Where are the Savages? I want to sign them. So when he went and signed POOH SHIESTY and Fujiano, keep in mind, Fujiano was a guy that was already on the run. There was some charge, some shooting. And then when he got locked up, he was dating this girl named Rennie Rucci, and he threatened Trey Songz. He was behind lockup, and he was on a call threatening Trey Songz because Trey Songz liked a pic or had been seen with Rennie Rucci, and he was saying like, yo, Trey Songz, I'm gonna come out of here and I'm gonna make sure to handle you if you keep messing with my girl. So this guy's sending threats to a public figure on a jail phone. And that's one of the guys that was signed to the new 1017. I think he was from Memphis too. Big Scar, he unfortunately had passed away, I believe, from a accidental drug overdose or something like that. But he was cousins or very close with POOH SHIESTY. And then you've got POOH SHIESTY, of course, who we've seen get into multiple shootings and robberies even after he had a deal. So for Gucci Mane, and Gucci Mane's done this several times. So Gucci Mane is getting, let's just make the analogy of wild, exotic animals, right? Like you see a guy with a tiger and he's raising a grown tiger. Eventually, if the tiger tears him to shreds, you're like, listen, man, it's very hard to feel bad for you. That's what a tiger does. Its instinct is to shred. Its instinct is to tear you apart. You're a little toy compared to it. Now, with Gucci Mane, for him to get robbed by a guy that he knows does armed robberies and is known to be a savage, even in his own city, we're going to feel bad and be like, man, poor Gucci. Nah, he knew what he was getting in bed with. And he
Right, and Gucci used to be a robber himself, though. That's the crazy shit, though. Gucci used to be one of the worst types of people, gang. Like, rob your ass, talk about your ass, shoot at your ass, all that shit. So how you gonna feel bad for somebody who was doing somebody who the person said he was doing them dirty? You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas get in rap, they try to change their life. And then you run into somebody like this who they not letting you really spread your wings, and then they stealing from you, and then your background, you's a cruddy motherfucker, you been a cruddy motherfucker, you feel what I'm saying? And then now I finally get you, and the shit you been doing to people all this time, people gonna feel bad for you? That's crazy.
He took the risk and he made millions of dollars while he was doing that, and he portrayed himself as a gangster, or Gucci was a gangster, and now he's telling, no. There is no letting this go for Gucci. This is an embarrassment for Gucci, and I don't care what people say. Like, you don't get to choose when you're quote unquote mature. Like, nah, you signed this guy while you were mature. Like, keep in mind, Gucci signed this guy. This wasn't old Gucci that signed him 10 years ago. Gucci Mane signed him after he had come out, cleaned himself up, did the book. He was with Keisha Kaur, all that other stuff. So I don't want to hear any of that. Gucci Mane is not getting a pass to tell. This is straight hypocrisy from Gucci Mane, and do I blame him for telling? No. But I'm not going to be like, yeah, man, he's smart. Like, we like that move. Nah.
Shit, I blame him for telling. Because if you don't, that's almost like saying you feel sorry for him. You don't blame him for telling? So like, oh, damn, yeah, they robbed you, should have told. Yeah, like, you should have told. They shouldn't have did that to you. No, his ass shouldn't have told. And to be honest, that's the whole reason why Shiesty did this to him. Because he thought that he was a savage just like him. People that's not in the streets, if you gotta do something to them, you're not gonna do it the same way you would do it to a street person, bro. Because the person in the street's not gonna tell. So if you miss, you like, oh, you get another chance, or they might try to get you. Cool, but you ain't gonna go to jail. Now, other people, you gotta figure out a better way to do it, because, like, you know what I'm saying? You know they gonna tell. I feel like if Shiesty knew Gucci Mane was gonna tell, he wouldn't have did this. That's how I feel. And if Bradford Cohen dropped them on his case, bro, I ain't gonna lie, Shiesty done. But I want to know how and why did somebody leak, how they get the leaks of the group text of Shiesty asking for 6 certified members? That's what I want to know. Something is just not making sense. Like, why would y'all give up, or why would y'all leak the text? You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody pays some money. And then on top of Gucci supposed to being a savage, bro. You feel me? That image he done led people on. Then you keep trying to basically keep it going because you dissing. Nah, dissing is for people that stand on the business. Like, you can't diss and then tell, or tell and then diss. Like, what? What part of the game is that? No, even in rap, like when a person attack you with a diss, you attack them back. Defend yourself. Or when you attack somebody, you feel me? Then you get attacked, you attack them back. So I just don't get it. People like moving the goalposts for certain people, bro, and I don't think that's fair. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, man. What y'all think about this? Do you think Shiesty is done? Especially if it's facts that Bradford Cohen has resigned from this case. And do y'all think Gucci Man was right for telling, even though he's a street dude? Y'all can say former or whatever, but when the opportunity come up to present himself for him to do some street shit and he ain't gonna get in trouble for it, he's still gonna do it. So all that rehabilitation shit only applies to the public when it's making him look bad. Because behind closed doors and off cameras, I'm quite sure he still hood as the street as a motherfucker. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. And if you made it this far in the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can be notified when I drop a video or when I update y'all on the old one. We on our way to 250 subscribers. Thanks for y'all tapping into the channel. I really appreciate it. If you got any clips you want to send me, you want me to show on the channel, you want me to shout you out, you can throw it in the X community right here on you can throw it in the community right here on YouTube, or you can tap any DM of any social media platform. All links will be listed down below in the description. And if you want to catch me live, you can go to tiktok.com/TayWizzle276 at 8 a.m. or you can go to kick.com/TayWizzle every day at 5 p.m. except for Saturdays. This has been another episode of Tay Wizzle Reactions. I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Feel me? I got some stuff to do, so I'm out. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching.
She didn't have to cut me off.